try. I know that it's my time.
I'm on a new level.
No regrets, I can't stop. One more try. I know that I'll be fine. Yeah. And you know that I'll get better.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the LA Chargers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready. Lady.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 5. They run once more with Taylor. Room here to run. Now he's free at the 35. Jonathan Taylor. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. To the air, Penix. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. That's caught. Emeka Egbuka. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Partner, he just surpassed 60,000 career passing yards. I remember when you and I were there when he hit 50, now 60. Where does this stop?
I don't know where it stops, but how did we even calculate this one, right? Long division? New math? Using abacus?
I trusted you. You're smarter than I am.
My calculator shorted out on this one. 60,000 yards. Congratulations.
Man, has it been fun to track his career, and it continues. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
The Chargers sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Big play there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Chargers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers,
they really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
At the 40-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Stafford. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back to throw, Stafford. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now Stafford. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Hey, what do you want?
Running straight ahead, Taylor. He will push his way down to about the 14. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Now he'll give it up on the reverse. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's Penix. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Rolling to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
To throw is Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Stafford now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the Chargers, 1st down.
Now Stafford. It's Hill, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing again is Stafford. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown, L.A. Tyreek Hill, 51 yards.
And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the round is on here in this 1st half.
Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Boston on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this 1st half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that are watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And this return going to come to a quick end. Is belted at the end of that one.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now it's the backup Smith. Flushed out right. Got his man, complete. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. And he's the new general to lead this offense. They got him off the free agent wire, and they think he could be really special, in this system especially.
No doubt about it. It's almost like they feel like he's on the cusp of greatness, and they feel like, just as you said, in their system, he'll blossom.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Stafford.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
Well, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing to Stafford.
And again, back to Kmet.
Well, he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
For the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So more of the same here, CD. Not a touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Now Geno.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's complete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Completes it to Austin. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They snap it to Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
It's a roll to over. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover two. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Trey McBride, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Colts get a bit closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go. 70 riding.
Open man is Ibuka. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13.
Down. Cut 19. Cut Cougar 19.
Now Sanders. He's airing it out for Williams. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Throwing again, it's Sanders. That is caught. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Julian Love picks it. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. That ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Well, how about this? They'll change it at the line.
Hey, go flip her out. Flip her out. Strike. Another look. Check 58.
Here we go on fourth. Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on fourth down. 4th and 2. They got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll fake it. Now Smith. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
1st and goal, Indianapolis.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. In motion right is Watkins. Now they'll run it on the toss. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Smith now to throw. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Jaden Higgins, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 20.
Next to score, Chargers 34, Colts 14. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Liking 18.
Here's Sanders. And going deep for Hill. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Colts will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The Colts on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Let's go now.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Stafford. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
41-14.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
2nd down at the 34-yard line.
Hey, switch! 13 minutes.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. So So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
First down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
You know what? I could tell this is going to end really badly when he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 62 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is down to 20.
Makes the score Chargers 41, Colts 21.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And they will take a knee here. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately,
the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Chargers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now.
You take a model man. Stop the run. Stop the run. Stop the run. Stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop the run. Stop the run. Stop the run. Stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop the run. Can't stop the run. You can't stop.